All right, welcome everybody. This is our first time doing a podcast. We are half charged with half charged Billy and half charged Matt. Billy's myself. Why are you looking like that? I'm
Cause it's supposed to be
I'm
like
a girl dad.
I'm
What?
half and you're charged. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not what it's at. We are called half charged because he is a half Korean and he looks it. He looks like a dingus, but he is half Korean and he is a Gen Z. I'm full Korean and I'm a millennial. So he is half charged. It's kind of actually focused on his name because he's halfway to have being a full Korean and halfway from a millennial.
That's
So that is
crazy.
why we are called half charged, and this is our first broadcast or podcast, whatever you want to call it, ever. And we are here to entertain, and we are going to talk various topics, and that is who we are. This is our pilot, first time ever. Um, he is in Illinois. I'm in Texas. I have a family. He is he. He is he. I work in corporate, and he owns his own business. So we're going to be discussing how entrepreneurs versus corporate life is. By the way, if you see his background there, he is at patriotprintingllc.com. He does custom tees, stickers, embroidery, banners, and gang sheets, just like what he did on the back there. Then he also made this one back here. You can't really see it except for my big fat ugly face, but it is beautiful. Appreciate it, love it. He makes all my kids' t-shirts, beautiful and love it. But yes, that's who we are, and that's how we're going to start. So, Matt, do you want to talk a little about yourself?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? So we're gonna start off with a hot topic. Let's talk about Hitler. Let's just deep dive.
Oh my god. Oh my
So
god.
so what are your thoughts and opinions on Hitler? Was he a great leader?
I don't know, but why do you look like him? Obviously, you must like him because you look kind of like him
I
right now
don't,
with the
bro.
mustache.
It's that military stash, all right? That military background. It'll never go away.
No, no.
You know what's
And we are
crazy
not
is
going
like
to
all jokes aside. You remember my German girlfriend that I used to have?
Yeah.
She used to bring it up all the time. She's like, I'm dating an Asian Hitler. It was the best thing ever.
See, I told you that. I told you he looked like it, but you never believe it. But anyways, he's also a veteran, so appreciate him doing his service, even though he's chair force. It doesn't matter. He still went out there and
No, that's fucking crazy. No, okay, first of all, buddy, before we talk about the chair force, let's talk about the army. All right, what do they do?
Okay.
Hmm? They
They're the
fucking
grunts.
they're the grunts. They go on the ground. They do nothing besides look at each other and throw grenades and hopefully do whatever the fuck they got to do. They're not very smart. Okay, then we got the Marines. I don't want to say anything about them because they'd fuck me up.
They'll kick you. They'll kick your ass. Yeah.
They'd fuck me up. Love them. They
Yep.
eat crayons, but I love them. All right. Then we got the Navy. Okay, where they're nuts to butts. All I'm saying is the rate when they come out, 50% of them, there's something wrong with them.
I,
They count as a
I have a
disability.
Navy friend, and he will beg to differ. But either way,
He's fruity.
appreciate you being a patriot. He is very passionate about America, as we all are, as we all should be. We live in this great country, so we can do podcasts like this and do whatever we want. So I appreciate that. So
You know what?
Um,
Actually, this podcasting is gonna go phenomenal. Like I feel like we're gonna.
I
Pick
think
out,
so too.
Like we're gonna pick up really good topics. And we're not gonna do. I mean, we might do something that's a little edgy, something that's a little fun, something that's a little out there, but things that are actually kind of relevant. But we're not gonna be. I don't like conspiracies. I like talking. I like bouncing off opinions and seeing what people think and like what could happen. But I don't like when people go so far off the deep end where it's a conspiracy and it kind of like deranges the story. Maybe we might do a little bit of that, but not so much where it's like everything we talk about is like fake news. Okay.
I agree.
I like right now, dude. The World Cup is nuts. Tunisia
World
just
Cup's
got
amazing.
slapped on, right?
Yep.
Did you watch? Not Ronaldo. They
Messi?
just went 1-1.
I did not
this-
get to watch any games today because today's Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to everybody out there.
Happy
so,
Father's Day to everybody.
Yes. So it
Um,
is Father's Day. I did not get to watch any games today.
After Ronaldo's utter defeat from that last game, he played, and even though they scored one goal, he did not score that goal. But everybody on TikTok thinks he does. It's going viral for him scoring the goal when he never even scored a goal.
There's quite a bit of that controversy where he actually has kicked, or his teammate has kicked it, and it looked like he heads it. But after review, he did not, and he wants to take credit for it. So yes, for all you Ronaldo fans, I'm a Ronaldo fan as well too. But at the end of the day, he's still a great soccer player or football player, whatever you want to call it. But he's still one of the greatest. But he has not won that World Cup. Leo Messi has, and Messi's been
But
playing
let's
phenomenal.
let's talk
What?
about the people who are contending right now, right? We got Mexico out of
USA?
there's been two games. Mexico's 2-0 right now, which is phenomenal.
Which, by the
Um,
way, we're Korean. He's half. Phenomenal game against South Korea. The goalie kind of did a bonehead move, but I don't blame him. But either way, fantastic. From what I'm seeing in social media as well, the Mexican fans have been incredible to the Korean fans.
Dude,
Great
have you
host
noticed
nation,
the like respect between Koreans and everybody else is like
dude.
off the charts compared to
Oh,
everybody else? Like everybody loves the Korean people.
okay, sidebar to that. So Matt also has ran restaurants before. Nothing against it. Koreans and Mexicans actually mesh very well. Meaning we both bust our ass. We work hard. We grind hard. We like spicy foods. I don't. Matt doesn't because he's half. And so we like the spicy foods. They actually like kimchi. They actually like They actually like the Korean ramen too. They actually like Korean ramen a lot. So my dad also ran a restaurant, and most of his employees were Mexican, and the most loyal people in the world. And I can't say much more. Thankful to be working with them, and they do help our country run. To be honest, but yeah, phenomenal people. They love tequila. I love tequila. They actually like soju, which I'm not a big fan of soju, but yeah, phenomenal people. But yeah, much respect to Mexico for hosting and being very kindful to the Korean fans. But yes, so going back to what he was saying, Mexico's in playing phenomenal, home court advantage. You can't ask for better place to be playing.
Yeah.
They did a phenomenal job with the stadium. The fans are very respectful. Outside of that one guy that did the little this thing with that one Korean girl's live stream, which I think he got reprimanded, but it is what it is. Outside of that, one person does not mean the whole country's like that. But yeah, so Mexico was in, and USA is the second one to come in. USA's been phenomenal. They played without what's his name? I can't ever think his name. I think it's Pilslick, whatever. But he was injured with the calf injury. Still won. Still phenomenal. But yeah, and I have not seen the most recent not stats, but hold on. Let me look that up.
Well, there's only three teams that have 2 wins overall. Mexico's one, U.S., which is mind blowing. I don't think anybody expected the U.S. to get this far. Regardless, this is probably the best we've seen the U.S. play in like over a decade. Usually, U.S. is not a contender, and usually it's not even a force to be reckoned with. But this year, something's different where everybody's clicking, everybody's working together, meshing well together, and they're performing quite phenomenally. Germany is the last team that has 2 consecutive wins, which I feel like that's one of those like they've always been decently good where it doesn't really surprise me. You know what I mean?
But to be fair, I think Group B is not the strongest group as well. I'm looking at the group settings right now. So there's Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, and Morocco. It's not a strong group. I mean, Group D with the United States and Australia, Paraguay is okay. Turkey's a big disappointment. They lost every single game. So Germany, I agree. They are a powerhouse. The Dutch, Japan has came out. Well, we know the Dutch was always strong. Japan is always a contender as well. But right now, Sweden's on the bubble because they lost to the Dutch, and so that's going to be interesting to see. Let's see. In Group G, don't really care about them. Belgium is pretty much the only one. Iran and Belgium's out of there. Spain on Group H. Uruguay, okay. Norway, by the way, Norway fans are amazing from what I've seen. They do the whole rowing thing. That's pretty incredibly cool. Let's see. Group J, Argentina. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
Messi's
lot of
just
good teams that
there.
haven't played yet, right?
There are Colombia, England. I think will also pass on. But if we look at as it is, the first two standings of each team. Group A is Mexico, South Korea. That's right. Go Reds. Group B, Canada. Man, terrible to Cutter, breaking that kid's leg. It's unfortunate. They scored a ton of goals to redeem themselves, but I think Canada's going to do fine. I don't think they'll advance to the next round after the group of 32, but I think they will move on. Switzerland as well. Brazil, Morocco. I don't even know what's the thing with Neymar. I don't know if he played again, but he didn't even play the last game. U.S., Australia, Germany. I don't even know if Ivory Coast or Ecuador is going to be in. That's the toss up between those two. The Dutch and Japan, I think, are in. Iran and Belgium. I don't. I think New Zealand played today. I don't know if they won today. Oh, they're losing to
It's one
Egypt.
two.
They're losing to Egypt right now. Okay.
Yeah,
So if that's the case, New Zealand is definitely gonna be knocked out if it sticks together.
dude.
All right.
Group G is fucking slashed. Holy shit. There's
Yeah.
nothing good with group with G. Oh
Yep.
my.
Yep. I agree. Group
Yeah.
H, Spain and Uruguay. I think they're the shoe-ins. Group I, nowhere in France. Did France play their? So they beat. So they're 1-0. Mbappe had a two-goal score. They have not played their second game. They play on the 22nd, which is tomorrow, versus Iraq, which I think they should easily handle. Um, I'm not too. I mean, Group K is a questionable one because Portugal's right below Congo. Because it really depends on you know, if Ronaldo's gonna step up or not. So we got a lot of Ronaldo fans too. And Group L, I think England's a shoe in. I'm actually shocked in Ghana. I think Ghana's actually ranked pretty high, but man, Croatia is kind of a disappointment. So, um, but yeah, for all you World Cup fans, by the way, how amazing! So I live in Texas, and the Dutch fans, the England fans. I mean, they've been taking over all the bars in Texas. Even the Japanese people coming around, hitting up all the barbecues, eating all the fast food. They have a different take of America, which I'm still kind of confused on what that take was. It seems like everyone thinks America is the pits. We shoot everyone, we kill everyone, but that's not really the case. The media over there shows what the media only shows too. Same thing we could say for here. The media here, depending on which broadcast you watch, they can swing each way. So, but when they got here, I've been watching a ton of TikToks, and everyone's enjoying themselves. Everyone's loving the hospitality the Americans are, because at the end of the day, Americans are very hospitable. We're actually very nice people. We have great culture outside of Mr. Matt over there. He just looks confused. But we are very hospitable people. I mean, I did run into some Dutch fans here. Um, it's pretty cool seeing other countries that we haven't seen, because Texas is pretty plain in terms of what kind of people there are. There's just a lot of Caucasians, Asians, and Mexicans. There's not many Europeans. I'm not saying that there's not any Europeans here, but not to this extent of what they took over. So it's really cool to see them. I mean, if you haven't checked it out, another thing to check out is the Koreans in Guadalajara. That's once again, we're Korean as well. They are partying up. Man, I wish I was there. It seems like they're having a blast, and I think there's going to be a ton of half Korean, half Mexican babies going on there. I 1,000% agree. I think it's pretty cool. So I think we should have sent Matt over there, because he could have probably found a wife. He needs a wife, guys. Look at that sexy face. But yeah, so that's enough for the World Cup. But if you like World Cup, please drop a comment and we'll respond to it. But yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, that he and I actually argue about, is entrepreneur versus a corporate life. He's never worked corporate in his life. He's been an entrepreneur since he's basically born into an entrepreneurial family. His family does very well. He's owned a Korean barbecue restaurant, a ramen shop, and now this printing shop. And I always wanted to tell him, like, yeah, he is grinding. He's grinding. He's in his late 20s. So girls, not guys or girls, he's available.
That's not true.
So guys or girls, he's available. But yeah. But so one thing I told him why I envy him, because like if he's having a rough day, do you know what he does? He's going to shut down his business and be like, I'm going to go play golf. Tell me that's not true.
That I shut down, dude. I'm doing that Tuesday.
See, there you go. And so for someone in corporate, which corporate life is nice, because he's always like, oh, you take your family on vacation.
No. Okay, hear me out. I shut down because I deserve to give myself some time after 100 hours a week of work, right? But you guys literally get something called PTO. What does PTO mean?
It's a benefit for working our ass off.
I didn't ask you if it's a benefit. What does it mean?
That's paid time off. You're still getting. Hey, listen. At the end of the day,
tell me a fucking job out there that doesn't have PTO.
There's quite a lot actually. You'd be
Name
surprised.
one.
There's a lot.
Name one.
If you work fast food, there's no PTO.
Nope. They all have PTO.
Nope. Nope.
I know.
Oh, so
Well,
you're
my
saying
friend owns
okay?
Smoothie
Okay, hold on
Kings,
a second.
McDonald's, all this.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So your restaurant, your workers, when you had them, did they get paid time off?
That's different.
Oh, is it?
That's different.
Is it?
They just
So
get,
yes, if you're professional, yes. If you're a professional worker, yes, you do get paid time off.
Hear me out.
It is
Okay,
part
I
of-
think no. I think everybody deserves PTO. All right, paid time off. The problem is in the restaurant industry. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I've never been to a restaurant. I've no friends who own restaurants. Anything from Hispanic, Mexican to BBQ, Southern grills, like everything, all the way to Korean barbecues. Like we've done it all. Sushi. I've seen it all. Every restaurant has the problem with employees.
Yes.
All right. They all just don't want to show up. They're like,
They don't.
I'm not feeling good. I don't know. When I was growing up, I had to take a fucking doctor's note to take a day off.
Times
Right.
have changed. Yep, I
Right?
agree.
Times have changed. I don't feel good. I don't want to come and people do it to a point where in the beginning it's like it happens. It's crazy because people who are new employees will do it once in the first month. And the second month they might do it once. Then once they hit 6 months in, they might do it twice a month. And all of a sudden it becomes this recurring thing and it becomes like normal and it's okay when it's not okay. So if people are taking all this extra time off, do they really deserve PTO? I think
So
I think-
that's a loaded question.
no.
It's very
I think
subjective.
sick leave is understandable. I think everybody throughout the years or throughout your work life, you start off with 2 weeks for the first year, and then it can go up to about a month of sick leave if
Well-
you stick with the company for a while.
So sick leave now. So what a lot of companies do, and they don't have sick or it's just bundled into what they call paid time off. So if you're sick, you have to take a PTO now. So they just give you like my company for instance, they give you 15 PTO. You use it for both sick or paid time.
No,
off.
that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's understandable. But if they made it strictly just sick leave where you don't get paid, and if you don't use it at the end of the year, it becomes PTO.
So that's where your side will kind of. So there's this thing called the balance sheet. And so the balance sheet means your years once that year's end, it's gone. Some companies do let you carry over 40 hours. My company, for instance, lets us carry 40 hours. Some companies will not let you carry it over because they want to use those funds into something else, right? To make more revenue generate. But yeah, going back to about what you're saying about people not showing up. So I have perfect examples of my friends who hired Gen Z. Nothing against my boy Matt because he's not a traditional Gen Z guy. He's actually, I feel like he's more millennial than anything, and that's why I think he and I mesh very well together. On the beginning of the first day, they would call in saying, "Hey, I'm not feeling good, feeling well, whatever," and they take the first day off, their first scheduled day off. And then they would take subsequent days off because they're like, "Oh, I just don't feel good." And so, I mean, that mindset is already damaged.
Or it's not even that. Like sometimes, like if you really get to know these Gen Zers or these, I hate to say it, but there's older people as well. If you get to know them, right, and create that bond with them where they'll tell you little things, where you kind of pick up on things. People are not sick. They will literally admit to taking days off because like, oh, the new game dropped. Oh, this thing's happening. I really want to go to this hockey game, or I want to go watch this movie, or something happened.
Or play golf.
Oh,
Even play golf.
Or play
Yeah.
golf. Golfing's okay though.
Why?
That's the only
Okay,
one that's
okay.
legal. But people will literally admit to doing shit and then taking a day off, and that's not okay.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you can't
'cause
fire
you're-
them because we need
you
workers.
can't- so fair point. So you sign a. So anytime you start, okay, outside of a professional business, so anytime you go and apply for a job at a corporation, you actually do sign, here are my standard work hours, here's your benefits, here's your salary. You do sign a paper, and you are legally obligated to work those hours. But the thing is, it's and that's what I was trying to say. Being an entrepreneur is there's days when Matt's sick, he can just it sucks because he will lose money, but he can take the day off. If he's not feeling well, if he's not feeling like he wants to grind, he can take that day off.
Yeah, but
the bad thing about corporate is if you don't have the PTO, because PTO, see, one thing he doesn't know is PTO. Most companies is from day one you start accruing hours, meaning you can't take. If you take a full 8 hours and you don't have the accrued hours, you can't take that time off until you hit that 8 hours accrued. Does that make sense? Every paycheck, you get like 3.5 to 4 hours of accrued PTO that you can start using. And
So
so,
what do you get at your fucking job? Because every time I
well,
talk to you, you're like,
I'm very
I'm on
higher.
vacation.
I'm a higher. Listen, I'm a higher position.
Are you friends with
But
the owner or something?
I mean, the CEO was one who brought me. This is my second company with this current CEO. So yes. So so our company does not really hire externally. It's more laterally and through just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
connections, right?
You got a little bit of
So
brown shit on
I
your
have
nose.
connections. So yeah, I'm very grateful to who I'm working for, and hopefully my boss isn't seeing this. But yeah, so I'm very grateful for
Hey
that.
Billy, you got shit on your nose. You see it?
What shit? You talking
You
about?
got
Stop.
on your nose. You don't see it? The
No.
brown stuff on your nose?
God, your ass. But yeah, so yeah, but the thing is, like with my position, we're granted a little bit more PTO
I mean, it's just
at my
nice.
level. At my
Yeah,
level.
but it's
But the
nice
thing
to
is,
know
like
like
I've
you're guaranteed to still
grinded.
get paid.
I've it. That's true. That's true. That's true. But yeah. But the thing is, here's your thing, because you don't have any employees. You are a self entrepreneur, meaning he
Yeah.
does everything. If he's out, the business is shut down, and
But
that
you know what's weird too is like I don't really get sick though.
because you don't see anybody, bro. Actually, no, you do. You do go to your other
I
restaurant.
go on float trips. I mean, I go out, I enjoy myself. Like I don't get drunk and stuff. I don't drink or do anything crazy like that. But like I still go out all the time, right?
Do you know how
I
you
play.
get
I'm a
sick?
nerd.
Do
I
you
go to
know?
game bars.
Do you know how people get sick? It's when they have kids.
I know
Kids
because your kids
get
bring it
people
home.
sick. Yeah, kids is what, and and here's the bad thing about corporate life too is same thing. So my last job, kids bring especially during the fall and winter season, they'll bring very illnesses they should not be working at home. This is before the work from home culture was acceptable. We would have people coming in with strep, flu, and all because they didn't have those accrued hours to take PTO. So that's the downside of corporate. Do you understand what I'm saying? They had to come to work because they didn't have the time to take PTO. And so, unfortunately, yeah, it sucks. Unfortunately, that took out a lot of the people on the same floor. But now that we have more of a hybrid system, where if you're sick, we're telling you, stay at home. Do not get the whole office sick. So it's kind of a more of a trust basis. Like you will try to work at home. It's hard to work when you're sick. It really is. And so, that's what we're kind of working toward. And a lot of companies, I can't speak for everyone, does kind of have that. And it's really depending on your manager. If you're good with your manager, they'll probably let you work from home and,
Yeah.
you,
Well, I mean, that's another thing is like trust, right? It's just like it's so hard to trust people when everybody breaks that trust. But like, I know if my people say, "Hey, I'm sick," like the people I really trust, I'm like, take the day off. Don't even come in. I don't even want to see you. Take the day off. And I'm like, you know what? Take 2 days off. If you really need it, I trust you. Because there's people out there where it's like you know their work ethic and you just give it to them. Like there's no questions asked. It's just all those other fucking people that ruin it for everybody.
it's sad to say it's those 1% of people that ruin it for everyone.
But that
It
one
really
percent of
is.
people
Are Gen
cause
Zs?
95% of the problems
Yep,
in the workforce, right? Do they not?
they do. They do.
Yeah.
Luckily, my company is only about 30 plus people, so we're
Are they hiring?
all no, we're all professionals. We all take our position seriously, and without everyone working together, the business can't fail. So we do have to have trust systems. So, but yeah, but at the end of the day, like why I also wanted to be an entrepreneur it's not because of what you can just do. It's and one of these days, Deanie's going to appreciate when he has kids is the fact that like one of my partners on another channel I work with, he's the CEO of his own company. Is when he just wants to go hang out with his kids, you can go spend all day with your kids.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. But it's the downside though is like if you don't have that driver motivation, you could really kill your own business too. I've seen people who are like, "Oh, I opened a business or I'm in charge or I'm the owner. I'm going to just take the day off," and then they take another day off, thinking it's okay because they own it, and
yeah,
then wonder why their business crashes
it's
and
failing.
burns.
I
Yeah.
mean here. So the beauty of America is you can get into debt to open a business. Now it is up to you to maintain that business. Meaning, what he was saying is, if you are like, "Hey, I'm my own CEO, I can do whatever I want, and I don't care about the business," your business is going to fail. Your business will fail. At the end of the day, you still got to put the work in, unless if you are already established, well established. But yeah, that is true, and it shows you. I don't have this correct statistics, but And Deanie will tell you, or Matt will tell you himself. There's I think the magic number for restaurants is like 5 years. If you can hit the 5 year mark, that means you're in a good situation because most restaurants fail within 5 years.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
even within the first 2 years, right?
Yeah, the biggest goal is literally it's called the break even. Like other businesses, it's like you want to break even the first year. Restaurants literally say 3 years you have to break even. And most people, if you talk to any business owners who own restaurants, they're gonna tell you they're like in your first year you're guaranteed to lose money. To like plan
Absolutely.
on it and be prepared for it because it sucks. And they said the second year is gonna feel a little bit better, but you're still gonna be under. You're gonna wonder why because you're working your ass off after 2 long years. They said, but when that third year hits, then you're gonna be happy that you did all of it.
Yep.
So,
but the grind is there and it's real. I mean, you got to understand. It's going to be a lot of stress because nobody wants to lose money. But the thing is, like, there's no company in the world that starts out without losing money. Like, for instance, like I work for a startup where the name of the game is to go to break even. Once you're break even and you can start, not have to worry about taking out loans to keep your business afloat, that is when you are comfortable and and that's when everything starts. All your employees start getting happier. You're going to see bonuses check coming, raises and whatnot coming in, and potentially stock and equity coming in. But that part of American culture is the hard. American society for business is the hardest to get to because the great thing is anybody can start their own business, but can you have the ability to continue it? Grind through the struggles, the stress of losing money, employees not showing up, having to put the work in, and also outside of things, there's other things that can affect it. For instance, like for restaurants, I know you have insurance when your electricity goes out, but it only hits to a certain extent. So we've seen, I've seen actually I had a friend that owned a sushi restaurant where he lost over $70,000 worth of product when a huge a storm took out their electricity for almost
70,000. What does he have? A fucking shark?
No, the sushi. It's all their sushi.
Yeah, but what kind of fish does he have?
Think about it.
I guess you're storing. If he's doing a lot, is he doing fresh or is he doing?
It's
frozen?
fresh.
It has to be frozen.
Fresh.
Really?
Well, it comes frozen. Yeah, it's all flash frozen. But the thing is, like, you're storing whatever you need because they're not just selling. It's not just cheap
day to
tuna
day or week to week.
It's not cheap tuna and salmon. It's like they have otoro. They have what is it?
Jesus, dude, if I lost 70,000 in a night, I would have a heart attack.
No, it's not. It's over the 2 week period.
Yeah, but I would have a heart attack. $35,000 a week? You kidding me?
Yeah.
Most families would love to just have $70,000 to lay around like that.
That's what I'm saying. So like those kind of outside, and the number one biggest issue with self entrepreneurs is injury. If that person who owns it gets injured, the good thing about corporations, we have a good thing called benefits, health insurance, which aren't that great, by the way. But yes, we do have that. But yeah, same thing for my parents. If both my parents were sick, the store was closed. If Deanie's, if Matt's, when he had his barbecue restaurant, if all the chefs were, or all the people that were in the back were sick, he has no choice but to close down. And so, so when it comes to that aspect, it is tough. It is absolutely tough.
I don't think I ever closed down.
Yeah, because you have the Korean blood in you to do it yourself.
Like real shit. No real shit talk, bro. When people called off, literally, like especially chefs, because you only have 2 or 3 at a time because they're expensive, right?
Very expensive.
I've had it where people literally called off, and I've had no chefs. I ended up being the chef, and I shut down half the menu. I'd rather open and only have half a menu than close and have nothing at all.
So that's the biggest. Okay. So that's kind of a cultural aspect because he is half Korean. That's actually a very Korean set mindset right there.
Yeah, because I only had half the restaurant open. That was full Korean. Everything
they don't. That's the same thing. I agree. Make as much money with limited versus shutting down. Because at the end of the day, you still have to buy the same amount of supplies, your produce, your meats, and whatever. Still the same. You need to get through them because you don't want them sitting in your inventory for too long because they get bad.
Dead inventory.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, you're paid. It's not like if you shut down, you shut down yesterday, we'll prorate you 1 day off of rent.
It's not even about that. Let me ask you, if you were a customer and you looked on Google and you're like, oh, this place is open, I really want to go there, and you go there and it was closed, wouldn't that upset you?
Absolutely.
And then some people, if you've never been there, you're like, oh, I'm never going back there, right? I just drove out here to go see this place. I didn't know it was closed, right? Like I feel like from a consumer standpoint, it just looks really bad on us. So it's like I'd rather be open and then them come in and I can apologize. That's the first thing. Hey, I apologize,
Yeah,
but
if you're short of staff, they will.
everybody decided to just not show up today. But I'm trying my best to provide, so it might be a little slow. And most people, if you can give them an understanding of what's happening, they're a lot
Absolutely.
more they're a lot more like they're easier to be turned. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're like, okay, I understand. I would still love to eat here, and then usually get a really good review after that too. Like, hey, they worked their butt off. I saw them hustling. Like, and it's crazy because those days that were harder, I feel like we got a lot better reviews and we made more money. It's such a weird thing. Like, it's like, yeah, half the menu was shut down, and we're missing all these things that these people wanted. But we talked to them. We had a conversation with them. I even gave a few drinks out, just lighten up the mood. But we made more money, made good reviews on Google. Like everything was going so well. It's a crazy like different mindset. I don't think people understand like if you're able to explain something and it's reciprocated, like things go phenomenal. Like everything just works out.
Yep, and that's kind of the struggle that we're seeing in a lot in America is everyone thinks the customer's right, which in hindsight, yes, half right, half wrong, I think. But yeah,
Do you
if
think
I went
customer's
to a
always right?
business, no, no. I'll give you a prime example. So my parents they own a Chinese restaurant. All the employees had black hair. This lady goes, "Hey, I have hair in my food. I want a refund." By the way, she ate the whole food, and then she's like, "Here's her hair." It was a blonde piece of hair, and my parents were like, "You can come look in the back. We don't have a single person that has that same color." And she still wanted a refund. But at the end of the day, instead of arguing, like you can argue to the end of the days, and they were like,
Mm.
"Okay, fine." To provide a good customer service, they said, "Okay, we will take that off your bill." But yeah, at that point, there are times where the customer's wrong, and I think businesses should stand up more. But at the end of the day, like this is before all these reviews came out, because now these influencers are bombing, making people bomb reviews. So it's a tougher game now than it is back then.
Well,
I think.
I don't think it's tougher. I think people are just not as educated. Like realistically, if we go back in time, I think people just don't know how to tactfully handle a situation now. I feel like everybody just thinks it's okay to say whatever's on their mind.
Well, because they don't want to get canceled either. So that's another thing about cancel culture, because everybody's thinking like, oh, what happens when people get in an argument? They pull out their phone, they start recording it, right? And
Yeah.
and there's never, it's always until someone else records. There's always that one side of the story. You never hear that second side of the story. So yeah, and that's why I think social media is kind of ruining the world, and we're definitely part of it. I mean, like, am I really happy to be doing another streaming site that I do right now on another YouTube? No, but it's something that I like to do. I don't like to promote it, but yes, um, but yeah, I do believe social media is affecting, because I'm looking at like even my nephews. It's affecting them, man. It's affecting them like physically and mentally, especially mentally, because they're like, oh, you got to look a certain way. Oh, you got to have this look. Oh, you got to have this clothes. I mean, they were always back then, like, people would want, whatever the brand was back then. But it exponentially grew up even more because of social media, and I kind of am against that. I'm probably not going to have my kids ever get into social media, but that's inevitable. They're going to get on it. So, but yeah, like he was saying though, if somebody comes in and the customer's not happy, they start recording. It can end bad in many ways. But then there's a lot of that we've seen where the other side comes in and then they end up basically shutting down that person's perspective. And I think that's the one cool justice that we can see that we've never had before in the past, because it could be the other side of the other POV from there. So yeah. All right, so we actually hit 35 minutes, dude. This has been incredibly cool talking, and this is why I think so just another background of how me and Matt met. Yes, you ugly, beautiful guy. So he and I actually play video games. Apex Legends to be more in line, and I don't remember exactly how we met. We actually didn't even we still haven't met in person. But the thing is, what's crazy is like I actually he seems like a little brother to me.
No, 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 no. You know what's crazy is I feel like I think you trust me.
I do
Like I
trust
think
you.
if we met up, you just be like, yeah, I live here. You want to come on in my house? Like you trust me to a point where it's like family, and it's kind of
No, no,
crazy
he's
how
like a
that
little
works.
brother,
But we met
for real.
online, which is the
Yeah,
craziest fucking thing ever,
yeah. Because I mean,
right?
he does their t-shirts for me. He does. I'm telling you right now, phenomenal t-shirts for the kids. I'm telling you right now, they don't wear anything else except for what he makes. But the thing is, like, okay, and maybe I got this bad mindset for them because the bad thing about it is, I tell them like, oh, there it is.
I
There's
drop
one
it.
t-shirt. So the thing is, and the thing is, like, he doesn't even have to do this for me, but he does it because like I said, he's almost like a little brother to me. He really is a little brother to me, and he prints out these T-shirts. The last one was Super Mario Galaxy. The girls wear those shirts nonstop. The quality of the shirts are great. My wife likes 100% cotton, which she can get you. It's your whatever choice you want.
Well, do
And this is
they like their shirts, right? What they get? They got
God, yeah.
Rosalina. They got the fucking
They got
entire Mario
the
Galaxy.
whole Mario Galaxy, and the younger one likes Bowser Jr. And I kid you not, this whole weekend, my sister in law, which is their aunt, would be like, "Hey, you want to try your other shirt on?" Because she wore the same Bowser Jr. shirt every single day. Even if there was a stain on it, she doesn't care. She just loves them. And before that, it was Zootopia. They love that.
Yeah,
And then
Zootopia too.
K-pop. And
Yep.
then K-pop. And so, he does all my printing. He does printing for my other channel. I still wear it all the time.
Your kids probably have an entire row of like
They
comfort
do.
color shirts.
I tell my wife, instead of buying these Zara shirts and these $40 T-shirts for them that they don't even wear anymore, which to me, in my opinion, his shirt's about the same quality as these $40 shirts. But because of the name of the company, you're paying for that. So, and by the way, he made me a hat that I love that I always wear.
Do you still wear that hat?
I wear it
The
every
flat
day.
bill?
I wear
Really?
it every
Dude,
single
new
day.
machine comes. It lands on port on the 24th, which is in 3 days, and then however long it takes to go to customs, and we're gonna have merch. I'm telling
Okay.
you, bro. I'm saying like polos. Like I'm talking about like the nice merch, not shirts. I'm saying polos, hats, like towels. I'm gonna get you a golf towel, bro. I already ordered a bunch of golf towels. I have a bunch of fresh hats, bro. It's about to be lit, like
Yeah,
sick.
and some half-charged T-shirts.
Oh yeah. We need a oh man, we gotta make our own charge t-shirts.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to rep it.
I agree too. So now I'm going to struggle, and when I go do my other live stream, do I wear that or the other? So, but yeah, so our cap was actually supposed to be 30 minutes, guys.
I love you guys.
I think no, we're gonna wrap up. What is that? That is a pet. So, but seriously, thank you for listening, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Um, we haven't figured out a schedule yet, but we this is our first take. I think it went pretty well. I think we like I said, the thing is with he and I, we fluidly are pretty organic in terms of conversation. And a lot of times we clash because he's a Gen Z, I'm a millennial, and that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to
We
be
don't
what we
clash. You're
agree.
just fucking slow. That's not clashing, bro.
You know what? When I beat him, next time you see him, he's gonna have a big black eye. But I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, this is what this channel's about, and I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I was very nervous. Actually, this started on almost like we got this set up in 1 week, didn't we? We discussed it before I went to on vacation.
It wasn't even a week, bro. You literally talked about it. You came back and you're like, "Hey, remember that
We
thing we
did
talked
it.
about? Let's do it." And that was yesterday.
Yeah,
So
it was
it's been 2
yesterday.
days.
We got everything set up yesterday. Today
Two
was
like actual days.
yeah, and we were both passionate about it. He wanted to do this. I wanted to do it, and I think I think we're both entertaining enough to keep it going.
Yeah,
What?
so I think it's gonna work. I think the idea moving forward now, realistically, is we need to build structure.
Yep.
So we're gonna have topics, build structure.
Yep.
I don't think it's already been 40 fucking minutes. Like I think
That's what I'm saying.
We could do an hour easily. I really don't
I
think it's
know.
a problem at all. So I think the idea is once a week. Until we get like a good like foundation, like okay, we're getting used to this, and then we want to grow to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever the typical is, whatever's popular, whenever people are listening. I think we'll grow to the twice a week, but I think we do once a week. Probably Tuesday, it'd be easier earlier in the week so we can like try to get some videos edited and get things done. So by the end of the week, we can kind of relax a little bit. Like, okay, everything's out. Because if we did it on a Thursday or Friday, then we're trying to like grind through it through the weekend, and we want to be with our kids, be with our friends, whoever, and relax. So I think Monday or Tuesday is the day to grind out that video. It shouldn't be hard at all to do the video. Like I said, we've done 40 minutes and it felt like nothing.
Five. It really felt like
Yeah.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like nothing. I looked up and I was like, oh my God. But we need some structure, and I think we need to build an intro and an outro, something that's going to be solid, something that's catchy that people are going to be like, oh, that's so funny. I like that. And then from there, I think we're going to do well. And then videos. You and I will discuss how to do videos and how to do shorts and how to do all that stuff, make it clickable. And then merchandise. I'm going to start merchandise now because I'd rather you get a shirt now. So when we start our first podcast, we could have our own merchandise. We're not trying to sell it. I think it's just for us to rep our brand. Until we grow to a point, then we could do sales if needed. But this is starting out as more of a hobby than trying to make money. I think
Absolutely.
that's the right way of doing it. So, and I love it. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I think I told you I wanted to do a podcast since I was 17, which is 10 years ago when I was playing like Fortnite before Fortnite came out. Like still Call of Duty phase for me.
Yeah.
So
we're making both of our dreams come true, and this is not. It's something we all wanted to do. So both of us. So bear with us. It's gonna take some time for us to get structured, but we'll get there. But yes, but appreciate you guys joining. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, especially on. We're gonna be mainly on YouTube. So appreciate you guys. We will work on the intro and the outro, but bear with us, and we'll get a more set schedule out there. But appreciate you guys listening, and thank you for everything. And we will see you next time.
It's half charged.
I'm with it. Oh, it's this way. Yeah, I'm with it. All right, guys. Appreciate you. We will keep you guys posted on the next one. Thank you, guys.